One of the great things about doing this DVD is having the pleasure of using some of the newest bivvies on the market. Stood proudly next to me here is the M3 Duo by Aqua. So why is it so great? Well, firstly, the Aquatexx material, a running theme through all of the Aqua bivvies. Water just wicks away from it, and also this Aquatexx doesn't put any stress on the seams or the zips, a vital factor when you're trying to maintain your bivvy for a long time. Let's talk about the front of the bivvy. Well, I've got it set up session style. This whole thing is removable. At the moment, these Mozzi infills are covered with the front because I don't want rain coming in. However, if it's sunny, I can simply open these up and have the old bivvy sort of with these Mozzi windows looking out to the lake and onto the peak itself. Now, this peak is removable. Some people like them, some people hate them. Every now and again, I end up butting my head against there, but that's not a problem for me because the added features really do help. Rain doesn't get into the porch of the bivvy. Also, you'll notice I've got my throwing stick resting on top. You know, I always know where it is. I can put it there. It's nice and secure. And when it comes to resting your rods, when you're getting your rig sorted, again, they've got these very handy rod straps just there to just enable, you know, sorting your rigs out, making it a bit easier. Moving on to the rest of the bivvy, one of the newest features is that the pram hood system now has 3 brakes in it as opposed to 2. So you've got 4 poles, the whole thing is a lot more compact, making transportation a lot easier. Onto the back of the bivvy, you've got another Mozzi air vent. At the moment I've got it closed, it's raining, so it's all down so no rain comes into the back of the bivvy. However, if it gets sunny and I want it open, then I know fresh air is going to be flowing right through the bivvy. How do you set this bivvy up? Well, it couldn't be simpler. You've got 2 options. You can either use the ground sheet or the tensioning straps that are provided. I'm using the ground sheet because I'm on a longer session. I don't want the bivvy getting soaking wet as the rain comes in. So once I've laid the ground sheet down, making sure that the Aqua logo is facing the direction that I want my bivvy front to be. I always have it facing the lake so I can see what's going on. So the Aqua logo facing the lake, everything's down. Take the bivvy out of the bag and connect all of the poles together. Once you've done that, lay it down on the ground sheet and then take the tensioning corners and sort of hook them onto the underneath of the ground sheet where you'll see 2 sort of connections like that. So the 2 meet, do it on the other side and that'll basically give you a nice arc in the pram hood. Then take 2 pegs, you go to the back of the bivvy and you actually hook the ground sheet onto the inside of the bivvy. They've got these little sort of rings that hook onto the ground sheet. Do that on each side, put the pegs in and that will give it stability. Come now to the front. When I was setting this up, the actual front wasn't zipped onto it, so I just put 1 peg in the corner, pulling the whole bivvy up, and then the next thing that I did was to actually zip the front onto the bivvy. Once I've done that, you've got the whole front up and you can put the 2 front pegs in. Once you've done that, the whole thing will be up and go around and do each pegging point and make sure that the bivvy is nice and tight. Once you've done that, you come to putting the peak on. Like I said, it's actually removable, but these poles get threaded through and push them onto the sort of 2 pistons that stick out from each side, push them down, push it on, get the tension in there, and then you go on to actually put in the tensioning bars through the hole. These come with the bivvy, put it from the back and work your way to the front, and then the peak will be nice and rigid and set lovely and stable. So what's included for the price? Well, in the bag you'll get your tensioning straps, the brilliant frame support, very durable pegs and a clear window infill. In my opinion, once again, Aqua have raised